Hello, welcome. I hope everybody can hear me. Give me a heart or a little something in the chat. All right. Well, welcome. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, so I decided to take this 90 minutes outside. It was chilly this morning for me. It was only like 50 degrees out here, and I was like, well, I'll be doing a little bit. Oh, here's Finn, always ready. Always ready. We have a catio so they can come through the catio into the backyard. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I'll wait a couple more moments. Let us get started. You can get your things together. It's kind of nice having a longer class. I'm going to put my sunglasses on because I have the sun coming right at me. So today, my name is Tina, hello, and today we're going to have a full 90-minute class. This is kind of a finishing up of the Find Your Flow series that I had last month. Unfortunately, I had to reschedule this class because I had other things going on, but this class will be a little bit of all my favorites. We'll do some breath work, some centering in, a gentle flow. The Find Your Flow series was intended to help people find not only their own flow on the mat, but also out in the world. And so that was another reason I decided to be out here today, is it's not yoga just on our mats, right? It's after we leave, the benefits we take from the practice. And in the Find Your Flow series last month, I had a few, I think 3 or 4 writing sessions where I had some prompts that were inspired by the practice. And we got together and we did some free writing, some journal writing. I had some prompts. And so this is kind of a celebration of that, taking all of that into our hearts and minds and using it to get moving. All right, it looks like we have some people here. I think. I cannot see this. Great. We'll go ahead and get started. Take a sip of water, stay hydrated. So as we are out in the wild here, of course, let me know if there's any sound issues or whatnot. You're probably going to hear some of my neighborhood's activities. We have some children playing because, like I said, it's a beautiful day. You might hear my husband practicing his guitar. He's got his window open as he's practicing. We've got some trees and a little bit of breeze. So it's really being out in the world today. Of course, as always, your donations are always appreciated. I'll be adding more, a thankful practice for donations that are added today. So you can do that at any time, at the beginning or at the end. And for now, let's go ahead and get started. Coming to a gentle seat, I like to have one ankle in front of the other. As I mentioned in the discussion, this is a 90-minute class, so we will be doing some flow, and the big portion of the class, I'm always forgetting, is the restorative portion. So we're going to start out with this yoga flow, and then we'll cool down with a restorative practice, a full restorative practice, about 30 to 45 minutes of restorative. And so if you have bolsters or blocks, blankets, I have one of my blankets over here. I notice I left the rest of my blankets over there, but I'll get them when the time is right. So if you're ready to go, let's get started. Finding yourself on your mat now, taking a gentle seat, maybe one ankle in front of the other, or whatever's comfortable for you. Maybe closing your eyes or have a gentle gaze down towards your cheeks. Start to allow yourself to come right into this moment and be right here. Take this moment to notice how you're feeling today. Acknowledge that thought or that feeling, and then let it drift by, just like the leaves falling down from the trees. Maybe from here you take a scan of your body, starting at the crown of your head, continuing down through your face, your neck and your shoulders, down through your chest, your belly, your hips, feeling your seat and your legs and your feet touching the earth, and feeling yourself grounded right there. And then bring your awareness to the earth that's underneath you, supporting you, keeping you right here in this moment. Reminding you for the next 90 minutes, your only focus is your practice right here on your mat. Notice your breath here without trying to control it. Just starting to notice the quality of your breath. Notice the temperature as it comes into your body and then as it leaves. Notice if your breath is naturally shallow right now or if it's already deep. No judgment. Just notice. Starting to guide your breath here. Bringing your inhales and your exhales in and out of your nose. As you inhale, allow that breath to go all the way down to your belly, and then your ribs, your chest area. And then as you exhale, emptying that breath from your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Continuing that breath, inhaling deep into your belly, ribs, and chest as your spine lengthens. And as you exhale, feel your belly coming in, your ribs coming together, your chest lowering. Continue that breath, starting to even out your inhales and your exhales. Starting to balance them out so that you may bring balance to your practice today. I can offer as an intention for our practice to allow yourself to be in this practice with an acknowledgement that what you learn and what you experience will continue to serve you throughout the rest of your day. You can leave your eyes closed here or flutter your eyes open, and on your next inhale, raise your hands up toward the sky, your palms toward each other, shoulders away from your ears. Coming to an exhale, reaching your right hand down over to the side, your left arm maybe next to your left ear, keeping your chest nice and open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale again, over to the right. Maybe your fingertips come out a little bit further, keeping your sit bones on the ground. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, reach up. And one more time to each side. Keeping your chest nice and open, sit bones on the ground. Reaching up. Exhale over to the other side. On this inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Your right arm comes behind, left arm goes across. Staying here for a moment. Continuing your breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the left, left arm behind, right arm across, and breathe. Taking time to feel your poses today as your chest comes forward, raising your fingertips up. Exhale, lowering your hands, heart center. Moving slowly into your poses, giving yourself time to experience each pose, allowing yourself to find your flow, knowing that each day and each moment, each body is different. As you're ready, release your hands down. Coming into some shoulder circles here, bring your shoulders forward and then up towards your ears, round them back. Nice circles. And the other direction. Really feeling each little part of that shoulder circle. Maybe you feel your shoulder blades coming together and separating. And release. Let's take your right hand, reach it up, and take your right ear to your right shoulder, and you can place your right hand on top of your head for a little bit of traction. Maybe reaching your left fingertips out or down closer to your seat, whatever feels best for you. Finding a little bit of neck stretch, neck release here. Our head is so filled with all the things we have to do. Sometimes we need to give it a little ease. Release your right hand down, lift your head up, and then come over to the left side. Left hand can come up, right arm out or in, whatever feels best for you. Continuing to breathe, letting that breath flow all the way through your body. And release, bringing your head back up. Let's cross our right arm in front of us, getting a nice little shoulder stretch here. And then reach your right arm up, bend that arm and pat yourself in between the shoulder blades. And then take your left arm up and guide that elbow. Just giving a little bit of a stretch here. We're just getting started. Open up your arms, cross the left arm in front. Give yourself a nice little stretch here. Left arm up, bending your elbow, patting yourself in between the shoulder blades. Your right arm could come on top of your left elbow. And release. Taking your legs out in front of you here. Take your right knee out to the side. Your right foot on the inside of your left leg. Hinging from your hips here. Just explore a fold over that left leg. Continuing to breathe. On your next inhale, bring yourself back up. Point that knee up toward the sky. You can keep your foot planted on the inside or bring it to the outside of the opposite leg. And twist to the right. Hugging your knee in. Maybe your right arm goes back behind you. Bringing your chest forward. Cradle the baby with this right leg, so you could write your right hand around your knee, left hand around the bottom of your foot. Kind of moving that hip around, exploring that for yourself. Other ways to do this is elbows underneath your knee and your ankle, or hooking your elbows around your knee and foot. Explore what feels good for you, finding your flow. And release that leg, lower it down, stretch both legs out in front. And give it a little shake, and then take your left knee out to the side this time. And fold, hinging from your hips so that you're folding yourself like a book. Only coming down as far as feels good for your body. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders back up over your hips. Bend that left knee. And then you can plant it here or cross it over and twist to the left here. Take a few breaths. And then bringing your chest forward, cradle the baby on this side. Exploring that hip, whichever way works for you, keeping your shoulders still upright and your seat on the ground. Finding what works for you here. And then releasing that leg down. Shake it out. Bring your legs into butterfly, bringing your feet together, knees out to the side. Going to turn this into a flow to celebrate. I've seen a few butterflies out here this morning. Maybe you'll see some. Definitely a lot of dragonflies. I'm hoping one will land on me. So if you'd see me doing this with my fingers, sometimes they land on my fingers, and I really like that. So, coming into our butterfly position, on your next inhale, raise your arms as you raise your knees up to the sky. Exhale, lower your hands, heart center as your knees open back up. And again, inhale, reaching up with your knees and hands. Exhale, hands, heart center, knees open. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Continuing to warm up our belly a little bit. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to come into that butterfly position and then flow into a boat position. So we're going to be at our butterfly, and on our exhale we'll be folding. And then as we inhale, raise our shoulders up, and exhale, find our boat. So we'll do this 3 more times. Inhale to reach up, bring your feet together, knees out to the side, exhale, fold over your feet. Inhale, shoulders come up, exhale, feel your core coming in as you find your boat. You can hold on to your thighs or have your hands out to the side or your legs straight. Inhale, reach up, knees out, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up, knees together, exhale, boat. One more, inhale, reach up, knees out, exhale, fold. Inhale, shoulders up, exhale, hold your boat this time. Taking a breath, making sure you keep a straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. And breathe. Feeling your core working. Knowing that you can have these challenges. You can support yourself when you need to in your challenges. Or sometimes give yourself an extra challenge. And on your next exhale, butterfly, fold, and take a few breaths in your fold. From here, make your way up, and we're going to find ourselves on our tabletop pose. So I like to have a blanket underneath my knees, hands directly underneath my shoulders, in this case under my cat. Maybe the tops of the feet are reaching down toward the ground. Maybe it feels good to tap them out. That's an option. Remember, this is about finding your flow today. Coming into some cat-cows here as we inhale, lower your belly down, roll your shoulders back, reach your chest forward, gaze goes up, seat goes up. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, creating that arch in your back, letting your head fall between your upper arms. Continuing that breath and movement, exploring your body, exploring your strength or your flexibility of your spine. Both. Continuing to move. Coming to stillness here. Finding the side flexion here. So bringing your right shoulder and right hip together, creating like a little C over to that side, looking back towards your right hip. And then centering. Exhale as you come to the left. Creating like a little fishtail here. Whoa. Coming back and forth. Not sure what I did to scare the cat, but I scared the cat. I guess the cat took the scared cat pose literally. Continue moving back and forth. And then when you come back to neutral, on your next inhale, reach your your right foot back. Curl your toes under. Lengthen out your calf. By shifting your shoulders back, your toes are down on the ground. You could stay still or shift forward and back. And as you're ready, bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Reach your left fingertips out, trying to keep your hips squared to the mat here. And if you'd like, you can stay here or reach that back leg up, your right toes pointed down, left arm next to your left ear, left thumb pointed up. Breathe here as you inhale, fill up your belly with air and feel your spine lengthening. And as you exhale, bring your belly in and feel your core being strong here. Continue that breath. And then as you're ready, release your left hand down, reach that left or that right leg up. Take it over to the left side and lower the toes to the ground. Look back towards your foot. And then as you inhale, raise that leg back up. Take it to the outside of your mat, planting the foot down so your right foot is off to your side. And then as you inhale, bring your hands in towards your body and reach your arms up. Exhale, reach over to the right side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over to the left. Lower your left hand down on the ground or the block, creating nice long length here. And then take that right arm forward, bring it out in front of you. Bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder and bring your right foot back. And then plant that foot back under your hip, coming back into your tabletop. Do the other side now. Reach your left toes back, curl your toes. Shift yourself back and forth. Finding your spinal balance here. As you come to neutral, then reach your right fingertips forward. Staying here as you lengthen out or deciding to lift that left foot up, keeping your hips squared, right arm next to your right ear, reaching out. Continuing to breathe, allowing that breath to help you, just like it does in regular life off the mat. As you're ready, take your left hand down, or your right hand down, lift that left leg and take it over to the right side. Lower your toes, look over your right shoulder, back at your foot. And then on your next inhale, raise that right leg up, take it to the outside of your right hip. Your left hip. And breathe. Bring your hands in towards your body, reach your arms up. Exhale over to your left. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower your right hand down, left arm next to your left ear. Bring that left arm forward and down, planted underneath your shoulder. Other hand underneath your shoulder. Left leg comes back, and then come back into your tabletop. Beautiful. Take a moment here, coming back into a child's pose. Recentering yourself. Your toes are together. Your knees are on the outside of your mat, as comfortable as you'd like, lowering your chest down toward the ground. Your forehead can be supported on a block. Take a few breaths here, remembering to incorporate times of rest in between times of movement, trying to balance yourself out. As you're ready, make your way back into your tabletop with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So lower your head down in between your upper arms, curl your toes, raise your seat up high, and press your chest back towards your thighs. Upside down V here. You can bend your knee, one knee, and lower the opposite heel and shift to the other side, going back and forth, exploring how this pose feels for you. As you come to stillness, allow your heels to kind of drip down toward the earth. Wherever they hover or land is fine. Maybe taking a time to notice how you could make this feel better for your body. Maybe bring your pinky toes to the outside of your mat or toward the outside of your mat and press. Does that give you more space in your hips, in your back? It's up to you to find your flow. Toes and knees are pointed forward. Coming into our forward fold. On your next inhale, look to the front of the mat and step your feet toward your hands, coming to the forward fold at the front of your mat. Half lift on your inhale. Raise your shoulders even with your hips. Press your hands into your shins or your thighs. And as you exhale, forward fold again. On your inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up high. And as you exhale, lower your hands, heart center. Take a breath here. Starting our sun salutations here. Make your way to the front of your mat. Find your stable mountain pose. Feet parallel to the sides of your mat, toes and knees pointed forward. Rolling your shoulders down and back, palms open to the front of your mat. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding, hinging from your hips, coming all the way to a forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale, planting your hands and taking your feet to the back of the mat to find your plank. Inhale to shift your shoulders over your wrists, and then lowering down chaturanga. Your knees can be raised or lowered, bending your elbows back. And then as you inhale, roll your shoulders back. Arms come forward, elbows are underneath your shoulders, scooching your chest forward, coming into your Sphinx pose. Bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, maybe come to your knees, and raise your seat, downward facing dog. As you inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, step or hop your feet to the front of the mat, coming to a forward fold. Half lift on your inhale, forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, coming all the way to standing, reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, hands heart center. Coming into that again, remembering to add any variations that feel comfortable for your body. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold on your exhale. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale, planting your hands, feet go back, plank. Shift your shoulders over your wrists on your inhale. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, find your back bend, cobra, up dog, or sphinx. Curl your toes, maybe even come to your knees and then raise your seat, downward dog. Look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, step or hop your feet to your hands, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, coming all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, hands heart center. And again, inhale, reach up. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold on your exhale. Plant your hands, feet go back, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forward, back bend. Curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Take 5 full breaths here in down dog, or whatever feels good for you to rest in between your flows here. Maybe child's pose or tabletop. Take a few more breaths and we'll meet in down dog. If you're still in down dog, it's great, or you can come back into down dog. And then on your next inhale, look to the front of your mat. Exhale, step forward into your forward fold. Half lift on the inhale, forward fold on the exhale, and inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Take a breath here. You may want a block for this next part. If you don't already have your block handy, go ahead and bring it to the front of your mat. Again, finding your standing pose, finding your mountain, rolling your shoulders down and back, palms open to the front of your mat. Reaching up on your inhale. Chair on your exhale, bend your knees, your seat goes back. Balancing on the 4 corners of each foot. Inhale, coming back to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Plant your hands. Bring your right foot to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders over your hips, finding your crescent. Reach your arms up toward the sky. Back leg is straight and strong. Front knee is bent, and it's right above your ankle. Warrior 2 on your exhale. Rotate the back heel. Lower your wings, looking over your left fingertips. Shift your shoulders forward on your next inhale. Reverse warrior. Flip your front palm. Reach back. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. Plant it onto your left thigh. Right arm next to your right ear. From here, take your right hand onto your right hip, looking down, finding your block, planting it on the inside of your foot. Roll your right shoulder back and start to straighten your left leg. And maybe reaching up, finding your triangle. Take a breath here. Bending into that front knee, raising up into your warrior 2, shoulders over your hips. When your next inhale comes, rotate the back heel, reach your arms up as your chest comes forward, find your crescent. Exhale, lower your hands down, bring your back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale, forward fold on your exhale. Come all the way to standing on your inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair. Bending your knees, seat goes back, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, straighten your legs, come to standing, and exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Plant your hands, bring your left foot to the back of your mat. Runner's lunge. Inhale, shoulders over your hips. Reach your arms up high. Warrior 2 on your exhale. Rotate your back heel, lower your wings, looking over your right fingertips. Your right knee is bent, going the same direction as your toes. Reverse warrior, shift your shoulders forward, flip the front palm, reach back. And on your next inhale, reach that right arm all the way forward, side angle, left arm next to your left ear. Take a breath here. Take your left hand onto your hip, find your block, place it underneath your right shoulder, and then roll your shoulder back. Start to straighten that right leg. Reach your left arm up for your triangle. Breathe. As you're ready, on your next exhale, bend into the front knee and inhale, raise your shoulders over your hips for warrior two. Exhale, release your shoulders down. And on your next inhale, rotate the back heel up, fingertips come up to the sky. And then exhale, release your hands down, bring that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale, forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, coming all the way to standing, reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, hands, heart center. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, coming into your chair, bringing your hands, heart center. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, twisting to your left. Inhale, come heart center. Exhale, twisting to your right. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Plant your hands. Bring your right foot to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Have that block in front of you. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders over your hips. Find your crescent. On your exhale, start to shift your shoulders forward as your arms come back. And then as you inhale, raise your arms back up. Rotate the back heel, warrior two. Inhale, shift forward, and then reach back into your reverse warrior. Exhale, start to straighten that front leg, bringing your shoulders forward. Find your triangle. And breathe. Finding our challenge here, maybe taking your right hand to your right hip, starting to bend into that left knee, keeping that left hand on the block. We're going to find our half moon here. So raising our shoulders up into warrior two, reaching our arms out, and then you can place that right hand back on your hip. Start to bring the right foot back in. And maybe you start hopping a little bit, lifting that back leg up, and then launching down, allowing yourself to bring that left hand down in front of you, raising your right leg up behind you, rolling your right shoulder and hip up to the sky, flexing your back foot. And if you have to start over, start over. Finding a way to make this pose work for you. Breathe. And when you're quite done with this, imagine yourself coming into your warrior two. So you'll be bending that front knee and allowing your shoulders to come up as that back foot comes to the back of the mat. So bending into the front knee, shifting back, lowering down, warrior two. Rotate your back heel up, find your crescent pose. Exhale, release your hands down to the earth, bring that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, hands, heart center. Take an extra breath here before we try that on the other side. Finding your mountain here. Filling up your body with air. Releasing it, letting it go. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Chair on your exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale, planting your hands, bringing your left foot to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Inhale, shoulders over your hips. Exhale, sweeping your arms forward and then back as your shoulders come about halfway. And then inhale, reaching your arms up, rotate the back heel, open up to warrior two, front knee stays bent. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, flip the front palm, reach back, warrior or reverse warrior. Inhale, reach all the way forward, starting to straighten that front leg, lower your right hand down towards your leg or your block, and find your triangle. Take a few breaths here. Bending into that front knee, holding on to that block, reach your shoulders up into warrior two. And then we're going to find our half moon pose. Maybe taking your left hand to your left hip, starting to bring your weight onto that front foot, the right foot, lifting the back leg up. And then as you're ready, hinging toward the earth, supporting yourself with the block, starting to roll that left shoulder and hip back, flexing that left foot, maybe reaching your arm up to the sky. Woo. Finding a way to make it work for you. And when you're done with that pose, imagine yourself coming back into your warrior two, bending into your front knee very gently, raising your shoulders, lowering your back foot down, and opening your wings. Inhale, chest comes forward, rotate the back heel up. And then exhale, bring your hands forward, bring that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Heel toe your feet out a little bit. Grasp your hands in front of you and sway like an elephant's trunk. Maybe nodding your head yes and no. Releasing any tension here. And then on your next inhale, raise yourself up. Your feet can still be out to the side. Toes pointed out to the corners of the mat. I'm going to release any tension and heat we may have built up. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. We're going to exhale, bringing our chest forward, bending our knees, and letting it go. Exhale, Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, let it go. Shake it out, maybe make some circles with the hips. Shaking out your arms, doing whatever your body feels like doing right now. We're going to make our way down into our yogi squat. So feet pointed out to the sides, knees and toes pointed the same direction as you start to lower your seat down, keeping your chest somewhat upright, finding what works for you. Maybe your elbows come in between. Maybe you have a blanket supporting your heels, or a block or a bolster underneath your seat. Whatever feels good for you here. Keeping your chest nice and open. Breathe. You can stay here or coming into a twist, lower your left hand down, reach your right arm up toward the sky. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, reach your right arm up, down, and left arm up. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Take a breath here. From here, bring your hands down, lift your seat up, point your toes forward. We're going to make our way down onto our mats. If you need to collect anything for your restorative portion, you can get that now. We'll have a few stretches before restorative, but just to let you know, I'm going to grab mine. Be right back. About ready for my nap. So from here, come into a straddle pose. Your feet out to the side. And bend your left knee so your left knee is still pointed out in an angle. Your left foot is on the inside of your right leg. And turn your chest towards your bent knee and then reach your left arm up. Take your right arm on the inside of your right leg into a side bend here. Let your neck release any way that feels good for your body. And then as you're ready, turn your chest towards your right leg. Take that left hand and bring it to the pinky toe side of your leg and lower your chin towards your chest. Allowing your exhales to come out of your mouth to release any heat. Otherwise, allowing your breath to start to come back to its normal pace. Roll that left shoulder up, bringing that arm up, and then bring your shoulders back up over your hips. Switch legs here. Left leg extended, right knee pointed out to the side. Turn towards your right knee, and then take your right arm up. Left arm is going down your left leg. Find what's comfortable for your neck here. Keeping your sit bones on the ground and your chest open. As you're ready, start to turn your chest towards your left leg, taking your right hand on the pinky toe side and lowering your chin towards your chest again. Rotating that right shoulder up and then bringing yourself back up. Taking your hands behind, bending your knees in a wide-legged straddle, and shift your knees from side to side. And then from here, And making our way into our first restorative pose. So if you have a bolster, plant it in front of you. Take your left hip. You might want to have a blanket underneath you. And I'm going to have a blanket folded about this long. I'm going to bring your left hip to the mat. Both knees are pointed out to the side. And I'm going to place a blanket in between my lower legs, so between my ankle and knees. And then turn your chest towards your bolster and lower your chest down. And depending on how you would like your twist, your arms are on either side of your bolster, and you can turn your head towards your knees or to the opposite direction for more of a twist. And I will watch the time for us. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Start to press yourself up. Turning your back to your bolster. We're going to set up for a reclined butterfly, so you can take a blanket for your head and bringing your hips right to the bolster, feet together, and have your blocks or your blankets underneath your knees. If you're using blocks, I like to use like the corner. And then make your way back, releasing your hands down to the sides. Maybe covering your eyes with an eye pillow. And I'll watch the time for us. take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and help your knees to point up to the sky and plant your feet down. And then sway your knees from side to side. And then roll over to your right side. Bring yourself up to set yourself up for the twist on the other side. I'm going to turn so my right hip is on the bolster. And again, bringing your right hip to the bolster, knees pointed out to the side, maybe supporting yourself with a blanket in between your knees, thighs, turning your chest to the bolster, and then your nose pointed the same or opposite direction of your knees. And we'll watch the time. take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands under your shoulders and start to press yourself up. Getting yourself ready for your final Savasana. You can choose to lie back without any support, or if you'd like an inversion, maybe legs up a wall or up your couch. I'm going to create a little Stonehenge here with my blocks and my bolster on top. And then I'll be bringing my seat directly in front of the bolster and lying back with my knees supported there and my head supported. So set yourself up for comfort for this last pose, and I'll watch the time. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Press each fingertip to your thumb, noticing an increased awareness of a quiet mind. Gently rotate your wrists and your ankles. Maybe rock your head from side to side, bringing movement to your body and bringing your mind back into this space with us together. As you're ready, you can bring your knees in towards your chest if you've been in an inversion, and making some circles with your knees. And then as you're ready, rolling over to one side in a fetal pose for a last moment of quiet and stillness. To thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for allowing yourself to discover ways to move and be mindful that you can take off of your mat, and to remember that time at rest is never wasted. As you're ready, press yourself up to a seated position, and we'll close out our practice by inhaling together, reaching our arms up toward the sky, and lowering our hands, heart center, bowing toward our fingertips. I thank you so much for joining me today for this 90-minute practice, yoga flow and restorative. It's truly an honor to guide you through this practice. Until we meet again, namaste. Well, thank you, everybody. Okay, I'm not going to lie, it heated up a little bit here in Texas. So I'm going to come to the shade. If I can move things. Whoa, hello. Ready for my close-up. Deb, thank you so much. You are always so appreciative. I'm always so appreciative. Okay, I fell asleep a little bit too. So thank you so much for your donations. As you may know, the instructors here on Insight Timer for the live things are only paid through donations. Move things around here. And so your donations are very appreciated. Okay, everything is too tied up. I'm just going to have to stay in the sun. Oh, Deb, that was I'm so glad you could join us for this. I hope you were able to make it for the whole 90 minutes. That was great. And it's funny, I always say, 90 minutes, I have time to do everything. But we don't really have time to do everything. Maybe someday I'll do a 2-hour. But if you like the restorative portion, I will probably be adding one for Thursday sometime. And as far as right now, I think that's all I have. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate that. I am going to I have to go see, my husband popped out there in the middle. So let me know what you think about this outside practice. It's kind of like I said, yoga in the real world. I can hear my neighbors doing their Sunday things around their yards and even here but yeah, I think that's a good way to kind of incorporate what we're learning on the mat and out in the world. So if you were so moved and to donate, even what you might donate at a drop-in yoga studio, if you are so moved to do so, I would certainly appreciate it. And I am going to get ready to finish up the rest of my day. hour and a half yoga practice. Do any of you practice that long usually? I know I don't really get a chance to consistently. I'll sometimes, the studio I go to, I teach there too, but I also go, we have a 75-minute restorative practice, so I'll go to that. And sometimes if I have the day, I'll go to a flow class before it, so that's an hour, but there's still a break in between, so it's not continuously the whole thing. So sometimes it's nice to have that continuous movement and then move right into your stillness. So if you like that, sure, let me know, and maybe I'll add some more. And for now, yes. Oh, Deb, I love that. Yeah, I like that because restorative is so important, and sometimes we're like, well, if I'm going to do yoga, I should probably do I should probably move and everything, even though the restorative is so important for our bodies and our minds. So if it's at the end of the practice, then it's like, well, you're here anyway, so why don't you just do it? So that is wonderful. All right. Well, I am going to go and maybe find myself some lunch or second breakfast. Well, actually, I guess it would be lunchtime now. It's afternoon here, and cool off a little bit. It's funny, I have a jacket over here. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get cold during restorative. No. It was cool when I started, but it really warmed up as the sun kept going up. But that's all right. That is okay. All right. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Deb, for the donation. I appreciate that so much. And thank you, everybody else, for being here, making the world kind of a calmer and gentler place today, and because of your yoga practice. So I hope you all have a peaceful and powerful rest of your day. And thank you so much for being here. Bye.